Hello, thank you for joining me. Today I will be reading from the Alcohol Anonymous book. I myself am a recovering alcoholic and always will be. And through God's precious love and His grace, it's possible to overcome it. It's always a battle. And if you fall down, you get back up. You don't quit. You keep going to your meetings, attend church services, or attend whatever you're in, mass, congregations, whatever you entitle it, whatever you're doing in your life, keep God in it and keep the faith. This is the Alcohol Anonymous book, a good book for alcoholics and addicts. And I'm going to be reading from chapter 5 on how it works. And you can read with me if you have a book. It's on page 58. Chapter 5, how it works. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed a path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. Usually men and women who are constantly incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates, they are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those, too, who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders. But many of them do recover if they have the capability and the captivity to be honest. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you have decided you want what we have and we are willing to go to any length to get it, then you are ready to take certain steps. At some form of these, we balked. We thought we could find an easier way, softer way, but we could not. With earnesty at our command, we beg of you to be fearless through from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our ideas, and the result was no until we let go absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol. Cunning, baffling, powerful. Without help, it's too much for us. But there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Half measures availed us nothing. We stood at the turning point, and we asked his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5. Admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6. We were entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7. Humbly ask him to remove our shortcomings. 8. Made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9. Made direct amends to such people whenever possible, except when to do so should and would inquire them or others, or injure them and others. 10. Continued to take personal inventory, and when we were promptly wrong, we admitted it. 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our consciousness contact with God. as we understood him, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. 12. Having a spiritual awakening. As the result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. Many of us exclaimed, "What an order! I can't go through with it." Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we are willing to grow along spiritually lines. The principles we have set down and guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter to the agnostic, and to our personal adventures before and after made clear 3 permanent ideas. A, that we were alcoholic and could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. C, that God could and would if he were sought. So these are the steps. And if you're an alcoholic or an addict, I suggest going to AA as much as you can. And I suggest going to God, a church, or whatever you're raised up in. Go find God, pray, seek the one true God because he loves and he cares. And it takes him to help defeat these demons. They're called spirits for a reason. They possess you, they do you bodily harm, they hurt your body, family, money, soul, your self-worth. They destroy all these things. And in the land, they leave you with nothing spiritual to take to the afterlife when you die. So, like I said, join me whenever you feel lonely. You can watch my videos or read with me. If you have any questions, leave messages or request certain prayers. I'll be happy to do them. Because I've suffered a life of sin, and I want to turn it around, and I want to help other people the way I've been blessed and helped, as Jesus helped. Thank you for joining me.